Antarctica, a continent fortified with ice. It's one of Earth's last unspoilt places. Extreme one day, beautiful the next. Late in 2013, Air New Zealand searched the globe to send one passionate person on special assignment with me, National Geographic photographer Jason Edwards. Our goal was to document Antarctica's fragile nature and some of the research that New Zealand scientists undertake at the Antarctic Research Facility, Scott Base. But with almost 2,000 applicants, picking one person was too difficult. So two talented young people were given the opportunity of a lifetime.
So this is Antarctica.
Made it.
Marley, a film and television student from Australia who has a passion for making wildlife films, and Michael, a keen outdoorsman from New Zealand who has a Masters in Science from Florida State University. After a few days training in New Zealand, we were kitted out in our survival gear. We spent our first day in Antarctica, out on the ice, honing our survival skills.
Good. So this will be home for the night while we're sleeping out on the Ross Ice Shelf. Looks pretty good.
During the extreme cold of the Antarctic winter, the continent is mostly shrouded in darkness. But in summer, when there is constant daylight, temperatures rise and Scott Base becomes home to up to 85 scientists and researchers. On average, Antarctica is the windiest, coldest and driest continent. And considering 90% of the world's ice is here, it's crucial to learn as much as we can about how climate change is affecting the environment. Craig Stewart, an oceanographer, has been researching the extent to which ocean currents under the Ross and McMurdo ice shelves are affecting their thickness.
This is the radar we use for measuring basal melt rates. The way that it does that is measuring the thickness of the ice by sending radio waves through to the base. We measure the two-way travel time, and knowing the speed that radio waves propagate through ice, you can turn that into an ice thickness.
Scott Base, H3.
But melting ice isn't just going to affect the human population. Andrew Martin is drilling to collect samples of microbes that live in and under the ice shelf. Although microscopic, they're at the bottom of Antarctica's food chain.
The real business end is at the bottom. That's where sort of 95% of them live because the nutrients are higher there. There's more interaction with the water column.
Microbes are extremely important. They are directly and indirectly food for everything else in the ocean.
There's ice below, and in fact, we're going to drill again. So we're going to take these three out, chop off the top 10 centimetres, bag them, and then we're going to go back in with that drill. And then the most exciting bit, we're going to punch all the way through the Southern Ocean.
Understanding the effects of climate change on Antarctica's ecosystems is crucial to the survival of many of its species.
I think you might be through.
Over at Cape Bird, Amy Whitehead is part of a research team, keeping an eye on a colony of Adelie penguins.
Essentially, the big picture is trying to figure out what's going on with the penguins and how what that can tell us about what's happening out at sea and the general kind of Ross Sea ecosystem. But we're also got some quite focused studies, so we've been doing this banding work since 1994, which can tell us about how long penguins live for, how much they move between the different colonies, which is really interesting.
So we've been sitting here at Cape Bird watching this crash of small Adelie penguins, and we heard this ginormous crash, and just in time to spin around and see the very end of the Cape glacier tongue just give way into the water. It's just incredible. I don't even want to think how much ice just fell into the ocean just then. It was huge. It was really incredible.
It was a sudden and jarring reminder as to why we were in Antarctica and why it is so important to be aware of the impact that climate change has on our planet.
My mind's a bit scattered at the moment. It's been a really crazy 2 weeks. We've seen some amazing, groundbreaking science. I know a lot more now than I did before about the work going on down here and the role that New Zealand's playing in understanding climate change.
All the experiences have all just come together into one big ball of just excitement and interest and curiosity, and it's really humbling to be a part of it. I think it's really inspiring for me on a personal level.
I've just found found something special in Antarctica, and it's going to be hard to say goodbye. And oh, I'm crying. You need to get this on camera. I don't know what's going on. I can't control my body right now.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah,
Great.